Good morning, students. Welcome to Alphos e-learning classes. Today we are going to discuss about economics, first chapter, fourth definition, growth definition, which is being given by Paul A. Samuelson. Before this, I want to do the recapping. We have seen three definitions. We have did three definitions already. Adam Smith, that is wealth definition. Later, welfare definition, Alfred Marshall. Lionel Robbins, scarcity definition. Now, we are going through the fourth definition, growth definition, which is being given by Paul Samuelson. He is a very popular person with his Nobel Prize, which he got in 1970s. And he given a modern definition of economics. Previous definitions, he was not contrary with them, but he added some particular points which made economics a full-fledged one. What is this full-fledged one? We can see that he never denied the importance of scarcity. Resource scarcity is a common problem. He accepted it. But it is not only resource scarcity, the management of those scarce resources is also very important. He shifted the importance from scarcity to allocation of those scarce resources for more productive production methods. So with this, he made importance of economics much more than first three definitions. First two purely belongs to classical economics. The third one belongs to neoclassical, and the fourth one is totally a modern definition. That's why in the last class I told you, try to understand the concept. Now you can see this with the importance. What are the important points of growth definition? In growth definition, he particularly shown the dynamism. That's why his definition is called with both the names, growth definition as well as dynamic definition. Here you can see first, his importance is being given to limited resources and which have several uses. Yes, every resource have a scarcity. No problem. It has been accepted. What Lionel Robbins said is true. The resources are generally in scarce. But he shifted the importance from scarcity to some other points. Like he accepted resources are limited and have several uses, alternative uses. Okay, with this he made it universal. At the same time, his definition given more importance to the growth here in this second important point. That is, he given importance to not only past and present. He given importance to present to future consumption. What is this? See, while we are using these limited resources which have several uses, we need to consider those resources which we are using present should have some utilization in future too. So see here, whatever we are doing, it is considered in the present and at the same time for the future. So this present to future, that change, that dynamism, that movement is a speciality of his growth definition. So that one is given more importance as present and future. So that's why his definition become very important definition. Next, third importance he given to problem of choice. What is this problem of choice? Like in a previous definition, like Lionel Robbins definition, we have seen that people have problem of choice, that is with which one supposed to be preferred first, which one should go in second order. In the same way, the resources, how to use them in different areas, which purpose that limited resource have to be used. That is a problem of choice which made this growth definition a dynamic one. He discussed present to future and allocation of resources to optimum utilization, that made it dynamic. Next, we can see resource scarcity, that all the time Lionel Robbins given more importance to resource scarcity, but that importance has been shifted from resource scarcity to income, output and employment side. Because okay, scarcity is there, but if you utilize those resources in proper way, utilizing them optimum for optimum output. Here optimum does not mean maximum or minimum. Optimum means most favorable condition. Limited resources should be used in favorable condition, means less quantities, minimum quantities, and get optimum output. Here favorable output, maximum output. So utilization of limited resources in optimum method to get optimum product is importance of growth definition. Here he shifted the importance from scarcity to income, output and employment. In this way, growth definition has become very important definition. Next, we will see the nature and scope of economics. We will see different concepts here. In somehow this nature, what it is type, its features of economics, and scope, how much of area covered under economics, what are the important points covered under economics. Here we are going to watch. Scope means the total area which is being covered by that particular subject. So economics is going to cover all these subjects, all these topics. That's why it is called as scope of economics. Now we will see the first point, consumption. Consumption means utilization of resources for the satisfaction of want is called as consumption, or extracting utility out of commodities is called as consumption. See, this is a commodity. I am utilizing it for satisfaction of my want as a pointer. I am consuming it. You are consuming chocolate to satisfy your want. Like extracting utility. Everything is there. We need to utilize them to get optimum satisfaction out of it. That is called as consumption. Okay, consumption does mean, in simple language, utilization or extracting output from goods and services, that is commodities, for satisfaction of want is called as consumption. Next, production. Extracting the utility from commodity raw material and making them final goods for satisfaction of consumers, or satisfaction of any production of any other commodity can be called as production. So conversion of raw material to final goods or to manufacture other final goods means intermediate goods can be called as production. Now here is also the production process is going on. I am producing education and I am giving it to you people. You are not at final goods. You are in intermediate stage. So what happens? I am producing the education which I am giving you at an intermediate level. You will be polished and someday you will become a final good. That is, you are going to work in different companies. You are going to become managers, sales executives, etc., etc. There you are going to give the final satisfaction to the want of those companies. So here production goes in different levels. But at the end, production does means what? Conversion of raw material to final goods. Maybe there are so many different stages. I hope till here you do understand what is meant by production. Now let me go to the third point, that is exchange. Exchange means changing one for another thing. Exchanging one for another thing. This exchange may happen to goods, for goods to services, services to services, or services to goods. This is used to be called as barter system. When monetary system was not there, when money was not involved, in exchanging of commodities. In those days, we used to use the barter system. There, only goods have to be exchanged for goods or services. But nowadays, in the monetary system, where money involves into each and every economic transaction, we use exchange method. Money is going to play a vital role in this exchange. Now we will see the fourth one, distribution. This is actually a very important point, distribution. Whatever the production has been occurred, it should be provided to all four factors of production which are helping for the production. See, all are neither rich, all are neither poor. There are some middle class people. So, neither the rich nor the poor nor the middle classes should be disappointed. Everyone should get their share of return. That giving those returns to all the factors of production who involved in production is called as distribution. Particularly distribution, main part is watching how these four factors of production. Land should get its rent, labor should get its wages, capital should get its interest, and organizer should get his profit. So allocating everyone four factors of production, their returns comes under distribution. Okay, as it is, I hope you do remember what are the four factors of production. Four factors of production. Those are, come on, tell along with me, land, labor, capital, and organization. Land gets its returns, rent. Labor gets its returns, wages. Capital gets its returns, interest. Organizer gets his returns, profit. You are right. Next, we will go to income. Income is the return for these four factors of production. Here, everyone will actively participate in economic activities to gain some income. Even land, labor, capital, and organization actively participate in economic activity, that is production. When it is involving into economic activities, they will get their returns in the form of income. That income already we have seen, rent, wage, interest, and profit is the income for four factors of production. Any doubts? If you have any, you can ask me. Now we will see the sixth one, employment, which is a biggest problem for all welfare governments. We can see that creating employment is a very important role supposed to be played by the governments. Only through the employment, production increases. See, to produce more commodities, it has to employ more factors of production. When more factors of production employed, they will get more income. When they get more income, demand will increase. When demand increases, automatically demand for the production increases. See, it's a virtuous circle. Demand for commodities increases. When the commodities demand increases, automatically production also increases. The increased production automatically increases the employment. See, it is a cycle. Employment increases, income increases. Income increases, demand for commodities increases. Demand for commodities increases, production increases. Production increases, demand for factors of production increased, that is employment increased. See, one leads to another, one leads to another. So that's why these all topics comes under the scope of economics. Next, planning and economic development. Planning plays a very vital role. In particular, in these developing economies. You can see, planning is that which we already set a proper program to achieve a target in the future. To achieve any target in the future, you need to have a planning. For example, if you want to have a good marks in your 10th class, you had a plan. Sometimes these plans are made by the school management, sometimes by your parents, sometimes by you yourself. For example, in 10th class, school management made a plan. At this time, this syllabus, on particular day, so and so subject, study hour, total night study hour. At the time of exams, every day they used to give extra classes. They used to teach you what gets you more marks. What is this? This is all planning only, no? To pass only 10th class, just 10th class, it's a raw material stage for you people. To pass 10th class, you worked so hard with a lot of planning. Now you entered into the inter, means next stage. Here you need more planning. If for a student, for this 10th inter graduation, they needs the planning, then what about a country, a nation? Total economy needs lot of planning for economic development. Economic development will not happen just like that. In economic development, what are the important points we will see in second year, first chapter. But before that, you should understand how economic development is going to be done. If you increase the production, if you increase the consumption, how this consumption can be increased? By employment. As the employment increases, income increases. Income increases, demand increases. Demand increasing means what? Consumption is increasing. Automatically production increases, exchange increases. This all leads to economic development. So with this, we covered nature and scope of economics. Now we are going to discuss different concepts of national income. We will see different concepts in general in economics, which we are going to use again and again in plenty of times. So positive economics, it is being told by J.M. Keynes that a body of systematized knowledge concerns what it is. Here you need to understand positive economics. Actually, this has been proposed by Lionel Robbins. In his point of view, economics is supposed to be only a positive economics. It should not give any value-based judgments. Instead of giving any value-based judgments, it should say what is it is. What it is, there economics is supposed to stop. I explained you at the time of explaining Lionel Robbins that economics should not say it should supposed to be like this. Particularly while he is criticizing welfare definition, Alfred Marshall said undesirable activities should not be calculated in economics. Undesirable activities means we are giving a value-based judgment that activity is desirable, this activity is undesirable. You don't have any right in economics. Actually, economics is supposed to see whether that activity is related with money or not, whether it is an economic activity or not. If it is related with money, economic activity, then it should be discussed as it is, what it is. We should not discriminate whether it is desirable, undesirable. That is also supported by J.M. Keynes, saying in simple language, positive economics means a body of systematized knowledge concerns what it is. Now we will see the second term, that is normative economics. Normative economics discusses about the same, a body of systematized knowledge in relation with what ought to be, how it should be. See, exactly opposite to positive economics. That is, it says see as it is, don't put any value-based judgment. But normative economics says when you see the problem, then you should give a solution. Showing the solution itself can be called as normative economics. Until unless we are not showing any solution, then what we are going to give through the economics? So we should see the problem first, what it is, then we have to give a normative economic manner, what it ought to be, how it should be, how it's supposed to be changed. That is comes under normative economics. This definition is also being given by James Keynes. So Keynes told us about positive economics, at the same time normative economics. So Leonard Robbins' way of thinking at this particular point of positive economics has been criticized by plenty of other economists. And the point of view of Leonard Robbins is making economics really a useless science. That only particular point. We are not saying total definition. We are saying only that one particular point. That has been rectified by later coming economists. I told you, at a particular period of time, the way of thinking and the situations support a particular definition. Leonard Robbins' definition is a great one, but only that a particular point, economics should be positive economics, is being criticized a lot by other economists. So economics should be positive, accepted. At the same time, it should be normative. Watch the problem what it is and set the changes, how it should be or what it ought to be. Now we will see. Commodities are two types: material, non-material, tangible, intangible, goods and services. One can be seen, another cannot be seen. This is a chalk, can be seen. A pointer can be seen. Tangible, commodities, goods, yeah, material commodities, material which can see, touch, tangible. Okay, but non-material goods, whatever the lecture I am giving, can you see this? No. The services of your mother can be washed or measured? No. Can it be weighed? No. There are plenty of services. When you go to a doctor, he will give you a prescription, not the medicine. His services also have a lot of importance in our society. In that way, morning to even, we will get a lot of services which satisfy our wants. So these want satisfying resources can be divided into two types: material and non-material. Next topic, we will see that commodities are generally, we will see in our society, some are free goods, some are economic goods. The commodities for which we are not paying anything is simply called as free goods. They have a power to satisfy our want. Don't think they are useless, they doesn't have any use. No, they have power to satisfy our want. They have the utility, but they don't have any price. I'm not saying they don't have any value. I'm saying they don't have any price, because they are abundant in our society, in our nature, in our environment. That's why we don't have any value for it. For example, simply you can see, in this corona time, people started realizing that when a corona patient is unable to breathe, he will be connected to a ventilator. That ventilator gives him the oxygen through the cylinder. See, that oxygen is going to be an economic good. But see, now I am freely breathing oxygen without paying even one single pi. See, it has the utility, but now I am getting it free. But the moment I get into hospital, the oxygen cylinder is going to become an economic good. So that's why when you are getting it without paying anything, then it will become a free good. If you start paying some amount, then it will turn to economic good. So particularly commodities cannot be exactly to say whether it is free good or economic good. Only when it is being produced artificially, then it will turn to economic goods. Now let us see step by step. Free goods are generally gift of nature. Like the oxygen which we are getting now, it is gift of nature. But the same oxygen, when by a person put into the cylinder, and you are getting through the ventilator, then it becomes economic good, because man is making it, because 4 factors are working on it. We gone through these 4 factors plenty of times. Okay, they need the returns, so those returns makes it a costly one. There is cost is induced into that one. So here you can see free goods are generally nature's gift, whereas economic goods are man-made. Okay, free goods are generally abundant, more than needed. See the oxygen, sunlight. If you go to a place of nature, there the water, plenty of things, they become free because they are abundant. But those things when carried into the towns, those things when worked by 4 factors of production, they turn to man-made and their supply is less. When the commodity supply is less, automatically they turn to economic good. When they are more than necessary, supply is unlimited, then free good. When supply is limited, they are in hefty, they have to use the 4 factors of production to make, then they will become economic goods. And particularly free goods have no price. If you see, there are some TV shows, Bear Grylls, and he goes to the forest. There he will be using everything free. There is no price. He is not paying price to the forest or anyone else. See, free goods are generally doesn't have any price. Then only it is called as free goods. If you are paying price, then it is not a free good. It becomes an economic good, because economic good have a price. The moment you pay price to anything, that will turn to economic goods. If your mama is giving you the free services, taking care when you are suffering from fever, that is a free good. If you are joined in the hospital, then a nurse, a sister comes to you and started giving you the services, then the same service turns to an economic good, because you need to pay price. No cost. Plenty of people gets confused in between price and cost. Price is what a consumer pays. Price is what a consumer pays. Cost is what is paid by producer to 4 factors of production. Understand the concept. Cost is what a producer pays to 4 factors of production to manufacture a commodity. So expenditure of a producer is cost, expenditure of consumer is a price. So whenever you ask a commodity price, you use the word price, not cost. Cost is not your concern. Price is your concern, being a consumer. Okay, cost is concern of producer. So there is no production cost. Producer is not going to pay anything to 4 factors of production. But here, for economic goods, there is a cost. See, the same oxygen putting into the cylinder, we need the 4 factors, then it will become an economic good. But freely if you are breathing, it is a free good. Next, value in use, value in exchange. You need to understand these 2 concepts very clearly. Some commodities have value in use, but no exchange value. For example, yeah, I need this breath. I need this oxygen. See, it got a lot of value in use. If I don't have this oxygen, within 2 minutes or 3 minutes, at the most 5 minutes, perish. But see, it doesn't have any value in exchange. If I tell you, I will give you this room full of oxygen, give me 1,000 rupees. Does anyone gives me any amount? No, so simple, because it has value in use, but there is no value in exchange. No one is going to pay the money for this oxygen. Now, value in use as well as value in exchange. Economic goods have both the qualities. They have value in use, otherwise why the people will concern to pay the money. So they have value in use, at the same time value in exchange. But some commodities doesn't have any value in use, they have only value in exchange, like currency. They have value in only exchange. How can you use that money? if you have no chance of purchasing anything with that money. So money got value in use, that for exchanging purpose, but not any way you are going to satisfy the want without any other commodities to be exchanged. So money got value in exchange, not much of value in use, but still in economic goods value in use and value in exchange is seen. In free goods there is no calculations in the national income. Free goods are not calculated in national income. There is no place for free goods in national income. They do not make any calculation. But economics goods have place in national income. They are calculated in national income. Value of all the commodities which are produced in a specific period of time, that is in a year, that value is calculated in national income. So value for economic goods will be calculated and placed in national income. With this we can see the exact differences between free good and economic goods. Let us go through again. Free good and economic good. Free goods are gift of nature. They are abundant more than demand. They have no price, they have no cost, and they have only value in use, and there is no place for these free goods in national income. Whereas economic good, they are man-made. Somehow 4 factors of production are involved. Less than the needed supply means less than the demand. The supply is less than demand. Have a price, have cost, because 4 factors are working here. Okay, and they have value in use as well as value in exchange, and they have a place in national income, because measuring the economic goods only the main duty of statistics to calculate the national income. Now we will see the next parts. Goods can be seen as consumer goods, means the commodities which we can use are consumer goods. Like again, I'll come back to chocolate. Consumer goods, they are for end purpose. Okay, there are 2 types: perishable consumer goods and durable consumer goods. Perishable is only one time using. Say cake, you can use it twice. Once you eat, you eat. Half you eat, you eat. So it is perishable. You can use only once. Not only that, you cannot preserve it for too many years. Those are perishable. Next is durable, which you can use again and again for longer period, and you can even stock them for certain period of time. Like my shirt. Last year I am using the same white shirt. This year is also I am using the same white shirt. This is a durable consumer good. What about your dresses, your t-shirt, your shoes, your chappal? When they become tight, smaller than your feet, then you will throw it out. But a shoe pair, when you purchase, you will consume it not only one time. You can use it for plenty of times. That's why consumer goods are 2 types: perishable consumer goods, durable consumer goods. Next, capital goods or producer goods. These consumer goods have a direct utility, means directly they satisfy our want. A pen, a notebook, a textbook. This is also directly helping me. But who purchased it, that matters. If the commodity gives satisfaction indirectly or used for production of consumer goods, then it will be called as capital good. Any commodity which helps us to produce another consumer commodity or capital commodity, means giving indirect satisfaction, those all are called as capital or producer goods. Consumer goods gives you direct satisfaction. This capital or producer goods gives you indirect satisfaction. They are not directly going to help you. They help you to produce consumer goods as well as capital or producer goods too. Means indirectly they are giving you the satisfaction, not directly. For example, a machinery which produces cake or chalk pieces, we are not going to use it directly. Chalk piece gives me the satisfaction directly, but chalk piece manufacturing machine will not give me any direct satisfaction. But without the chalk piece manufacturing machine, cake manufacturing oven, you are not going to get a cake or chalk. Those are the producer or capital goods. Means the machinery which is manufacturing chalk is a producer or capital good. The oven which is manufacturing the cake is a capital or producer good. They are again two types: single use, durable. RTC bus, it is a capital or producer good. Indirectly it is helping the RTC. It gets you here and gets you down there, and it can be used plenty of years. So that producer good is a durable one. The diesel oil which we put into that RTC bus can be a single use capital good. Even the van which carries you to the school, and now which carries to the college, that van is a capital good. Durable, capital or producer good. And the crude oil and the spare parts whichever we use into that one are some things which cannot be used again and again. The best example is diesel is a single use capital or producer good. Now we will see wealth. It is a stock concept. Wealth is a stock, a building, a land. There is a stock. Okay, it generates income. Income starts from wealth and it again creates the wealth. It is a stock asset. From this income generates and again it makes the wealth. It increases the wealth. So here, to understand exactly what is wealth, what is income, wealth is a stock concept, income is a flow concept. So first let us see what are the characteristics of wealth. These characteristics shows you the difference in between wealth and income. Wealth have four characteristics. First one is utility, usefulness, the satisfaction power of a want should be there, then only it can be called as wealth. Okay, want satisfying power, if it is in something, it can be called as wealth. Next one, scarcity. It should not be abundant, it should be less than the demand, then only it will be called as wealth. That wealth should have these characteristics. First thing is utility, second is scarcity, next value in exchange. Yeah, it should be an economic good. It should have some value in exchange, otherwise it cannot be called as wealth. That sunlight is not wealth, this air is not wealth. Okay, ocean water near the ocean is not wealth. But all these things can be wealth when they are added with utility, scarcity, value in exchange and transferability. A commodity which can be transferred from one person to another person can be called as wealth. For example, my knowledge is my wealth. How? You have utility for my knowledge. That's why you are sitting and listening my class. You are paying a fee. My knowledge is my wealth because it got utility. Next, it is scarce. Everyone cannot teach you economics. Everyone. Like, can you go to what it is, labor adda and ask someone, I'll give you 10 rupees, will you teach me first year economics? Can he teach you? See, it is scarce. It got value in exchange. Yeah, true. Value in exchange. You are paying the fee. Yes or no? You are paying the fee. That is value in exchange, and I am giving you economics. See, these four characters are coming into this one. My knowledge is my wealth. It got utility. It got scarcity. It got value in exchange. I am exchanging it to you with your fee. Of course, you are paying the fee to college. College people are paying with a salary. I am a labor. I told you, labor does not mean that labor. Next one is what? Transferability. Yeah, I am transferring my knowledge to you people. So, it got the transferability. Last point is income. Income is a flow concept. Income moves from one place to another place. Here we can see households which got factors of production. You know what are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital and organizers comes from household. Firms, organizations which manufacture goods and services. So see, household will supply factors of production. Here you can see arrow mark. Factors of production to firms, and firms, organizations, manufactures goods and services. Yeah, I'm coming from my home and I'm working in this Alphos firm and I'm producing a service which is sold to households, to you. These goods and services are sold to households. In exchange of goods and services, you are paying the expenditure. Expenditure of goods and services you are paying back to firms. Maybe you are getting it out. Again I tell you, here we have the factors of production which goes to organizations. We produce goods and services. These goods and services are sold to households, to your home, that is you. For that you are paying expenditure for goods and services to firms, your fee. That is what? Your fee. And factors of production are working. For that the firms are paying back rent, wage, interest and profit to the households. So in this way, income is moving from one area to another area. See, household income is going to firms in the shape of expenditure of goods and services, and the same income is given back as rent, wage, interest and profit to the households. So this income is flowing from household to firms, firms to households, households to firms, firms to household. You can see income is a flow concept. Okay, with this today we will conclude. Okay.